Hello and welcome to our first episode of playing every PS2 game that exists and tier listing them. Yes, every PS2 game. But isn't that impossible? Yes. Yeah. And the reason why I'm choosing this era? Man, this was my childhood. Childhood. Yeah, this was my childhood. So there was so much amazing things going on this era, you know? You have music amazing, games amazing. You had like a ton of, I don't know, man, people just was having fun on that era, you know? Everything was perfect. Almost everything. And you know, one of the things that I liked the most on this era, it was the DJs. The whole music vibe that you had on that era was incredible. This was the peak of the DJs. Fucking Tiesto on this era. It was crazy. You had the best parties ever. Tons of sex, alcohol. Yeah, maybe that's not a good thing, but hey, it was peak, you know? So, the real question is, what the fuck does this have to do with the game that we are playing today? Nothing.
Hey, ¿qué pasa, tío? Me presento. Soy el Neng de Captefa, tío, y yo, que aquí profesional, Neng. ¿Qué pasa, Neng? Me lo flipo.
This is probably one of the most mysterious Phoenix games, yeah, the ones that made a lot of crap. And this is probably one of the most mysterious games, because who the fuck is this guy? Apparently, his name is Edu Sota, he is Spanish, a comedian, and as you can see, he fucking looks like the Brazilian flag, and this guy from WWE that makes snakes, and on drugs, and then you have it. So, apparently this game is based on one of this guy's characters. He had a lot of them. Let me see, who the fuck is Javi Williams? Javi Williams inspired by Robbie Williams. And then we have the most famous one of his catalog, I guess. It's called El Neng. And I'm not trying to be racist. As you can see, we have a great company and a great person. This gotta be a great game, right? After a fucking 4 minutes cutscene of this guy on drugs with people, we finally go to the game. But before that, as you can see, it's not giving good vibes, but hey, we will not judge. But let's see what we have here. Okay, we have extras, maybe some behind the scenes on making the game. The singer-comedian worked with Phoenix, this should be interesting. So let's start the first video.
Venga, peña, tío. ¿Quién me iba a decir a mí cuando yo rulaba con mi buga por Castefa?
So, it's a video of the guy on some fucking Mortal Kombat soundtrack on drugs or something. Okay, let's try the next one. The second video doesn't get any better. You have this guy on the Saturday Night Live show or something like that from Spain. And then he starts riding a dick in the chair and then watching a car getting struck by a fucking machine and... What the fuck am I supposed to do with this video? I gave up on these videos. I'm not even gonna watch this third one. I mean, I didn't watch half of the other ones. I gave up. What the fuck is this about? Is this like the stupid ass reason to make a game? Who the fuck gives a fuck about this guy? But I don't see a reason to make a game about you. Even a game about fucking Martha Stewart would make more sense than this one. And believe me, nobody wants a game of Martha Stewart. So imagine yours. At this point, I'm getting kinda concerned and curious at the same time because, as you can see, there's nothing to make a game about this. There's no reasons. So, what is the gameplay? That's what I'm gonna find out now. As soon as we start the game, the first cutscene that we see is of his live show. He starts entering the car with some random ass people doing that fucking snake thing. And okay, so, is this like for the game or this is like only a clip? What are we gonna do with this? Are we gonna race? The car that they were fucking stretches and a Tetris game starts. A Tetris game. From a comedian, DJ, Spanish guy. A Tetris game starts. A Tetris game. So yeah, basically this is like the worst Tetris that you might see in your life. You have 3 lines to make of fucking Tetris, and you have to make the points that they want. Because for some reason, some fucking dumbass thought it was a good idea to make 3 games of Tetris at the same time. At the same time, and you have to make all of these points that they ask for, and if you lose, you start from level 1. So you have the first level where you have to make 900 points, and then the second one you have to make 1000, and then 1100. It doesn't look like much? Okay, let me explain you the fucking game design that these guys thought it was a good idea. And the reason that the third level is so annoying and hard, it's because you can't miss once. You have to do perfect on each area, the blue area, the pink area, and the yellow area. Why? Because if you miss one, you will not have enough points, and you will have to start all over again. From the beginning of the level 3? No, from level 1. This is gotta be one of the most frustrating things to do, and one of the most unpleasant things to do. It got so bad that I started using save states on the emulator, because it was impossible. And even with the save states, it took me a long ass time. So after 1 hour, I beat it. The first minigame of this shitty ass game. The structure of this game is pretty much the same. You have a weird cutscene from the show, a minigame, a cutscene from the show, and a minigame. And the minigame is supposed to be similar or on the vibes of the show and the video that they show. But what the fuck does this have to do with anything? All of a sudden, the guys that were on an ambulance, which I don't know either why were they, start dancing, and it's a quick time event, but the game doesn't warn you that it's a quick time event, and you have these weird symbols that apparently are the PS2 buttons. At least this one, it's not half of the problem that the first one was. This one actually took me like 3 minutes to beat, and that was it. Eating rice with a knife would be more interesting and funny than this one, but at least it's over. So now we can go to the third one. Yo, wait a minute, the music goes hard on this one. Yo, what the fuck is this? I am actually impressed with this one. I mean, the gameplay it's not that much of a thing, but it's just to click when you see a fly and you kill it. The controllers are okay, and you have to make 100 points. It's not hard, but the music, man, it was a vibe. I like this one. These games are not bad. They are just games that already exist, so they are not original, and sometimes the commands are not the best. But yeah, let's see what's next. Probably a one that already exists, but hey, at least it's not a new Tetris that it takes 1 hour to beat. Yeah, who knew it was a game that already exists? It's one of those games that you have to make an image, but you can't be hit by the enemies that are on the board. And that's it. I'm not showing the videos either because it's always from the show. Even though this one from the car, it actually makes some sense, which it was a surprise. But yeah, it's not that hard. It's like the puzzle game that we already know, so it's a good one, I guess. It just doesn't have much, but yeah, as I was saying, it can't be like, it can't be horrible if you're already making something that it has success and it's good, so there's that. At this point I was like, okay, so the Tetris was horrible, no doubt. But these games, they are not good, but they are okay. They aren't horrible, they don't have the worst commands. So maybe this game isn't that bad until the last one it came. And oh boy, it ruined everything. This one, without save states, it's stupid as fuck. It's not worse than Tetris, but it's stupid. Just watch. The last scene doesn't change anything. It starts with a cutscene of him playing this lucky game, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The problem is how that minigame is gonna impact our game. A lucky game in the end. How do you even play a lucky game? I don't know. You have to reach the points that they want, but you can't control anything. You don't get better, you don't get understanding of the game, nothing. You just go by luck. It took me so much time playing this by the normal way that I just had to make save states again because it's fucking impossible. Or not, because it depends of your luck. And for me, it was taking a lot of time to... you have to take these three cars, the red ones, the Ferraris, to end the game. But they weren't coming out for me, so I had to use save states. But this is just to see how stupid this last game is. I really don't get this game. I don't know why he exists on the first place, and this is what happens when you don't have content to make a game. You make mini games and they all exist already. So you are picking somebody that nobody gives a fuck, maybe in Spain, but either way, it doesn't make sense. And you make these random mini games that don't play well, are not funny, already exist, and two of them are fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know, never play this game, never touch this fucking game. This is probably one of the worst games that I've played in my life, and I've played a lot of crap. I didn't find that much information of this game online, but the information that I found, it says that back in the days in Spain, it didn't sell that bad. So that's the reason why nowadays this game, the physical copies of this game are in a large amount, because it did sell well. Who the fuck plays this shit? I went to see how the Neng is going nowadays, and sometimes he appears on podcasts and on TV, and he says that he has a good legacy and a lot of people like him. I don't doubt it. My problem isn't with the character or with Mr. Neng. My problem is they grabbed him and made the worst game ever. So yeah, Que Pasa Neng, I'm gonna have to put it on the lowest of the tier. This game isn't good. The only thing that I liked about it, it was the music on that killing fly thing level, and that was it. I kinda don't see why this exists, and I will never understand. So this was Que Pasa Neng, one of the worst games I've played. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to follow me on Twitch. I make streams there, and I'm actually interested maybe on making streams about the games that I'm playing here. If I play them on live, that will be interesting as well. It's an option, but tell me what do you think. But yeah, this was Keep Listening, one of the worst games I've played. See you.